How's it going, everyone? Marriland here, and you guys liked the last video I did when there was a new update. I covered it over on my website, but you guys actually liked that other video I did, kind of talking about my thoughts and opinions on it. So I figured, hey, I'll throw in a webcam too, just for kicks. So there were two big announcements today at the Pokemon World Championships. One has to do with the Pokemon trading card game, Pokemon V. It's kind of like a new GX type thing, which I'm not gonna see the trailer. The logo looks really cool though, but yeah, Zacian and Zamazenta V. Pretty crazy. And there was a teaser showing 330 hit points on one of these Pokemon V cards. It didn't show which one, but yeah, that's pretty nuts. Okay, so anyway, let's talk about this here. The new abilities, Dynamax moves, items, stuff like that. I will assume you've already watched this. I'm not going to be playing this and giving my reactions to it, so definitely be sure to watch this video that was released by Pokemon today, August 16th, because it shows some stuff. There's no new Pokemon in it, but there is some more information to kind of go over here. So first of all, new abilities. This is really cool. So Galarian Weezing, it has this new ability. Oh, by the way, I finally added the light box so we can see these images properly now. But yeah, neutralizing gas shuts off abilities. So like everything in the field here won't have its ability, except of course for the Galarian Weezing. Now that's not its only ability. It could have Levitate, but that was previously unknown. We didn't know what its second ability is. Well, now we know. So that's huge. I mean, you know, on Arcanine, that'll shut down Intimidate. On Gastrodon here, that shuts down Storm Drain. On Rotom, that'll shut down Levitate. That's crazy. You could probably do that with things like Slacking or a few other things. I don't know if you'd want to use Archeops, but you know, you could get rid of Defeatus. It's just a cool ability. Like, you've had that around for ages in the trading card game for just an eternity. I mean, like, all the way back to, oh, what was it? No, that's actually item cards, I think, or trainers. The Dark Vileplume, but yeah, you've had a lot of things that shut off abilities. Like, that's, oh, it was Muck, that's what it was. Yeah, even before the Dark Vileplume. So it's nice to see that kind of coming over here. So the other ability is Corviknight. It has a new ability. It's a hidden ability, Mirror Armor. So this also messes up Intimidate. This will bounce back any stat drops that your opponent uses. So in this case, for Gyarados' Intimidate, it'll actually bounce back the effect to Gyarados. Maybe even the entire party. I don't know how that works. But yeah, that's really cool. So it's a hidden ability, and that's neat. You can only get it, though, from max raid battles. It's right here. So that's kind of interesting. It's cool that there's a way to get hidden abilities. I don't know how that'll affect all of the hidden abilities in the game. Like, you know, there's a lot of them. Are you going to be able to max raid battle for everything? Or is there going to be another way to get certain hidden abilities? Like, I don't know. That seems really tedious if this is the only way to get hidden abilities. But hopefully they make it somewhat easy, because otherwise that's a pain. Now, you can get a Gigantamax with the hidden ability. That's kind of cool to know. All right, so new moves. Let's go over these really fast. So, well, there's a move that I don't have a screenshot here, but it's in the trailer. It's called Breaking Swipe. A Flygon uses it in the trailer, and it does damage and lowers the attack stat of both opponents' Pokemon in a double battle, or just their active in a single battle. So that's actually pretty cool, having an effect that's like an Intimidate, except it's an attack. And it can be used by Flygon, so presumably it can be used by other things as well. But that's handy. I mean, obviously, there's already Growl for the status effect, or not status effect, but, you know, just the status move. But to actually have it do damage, I don't think it showed how much damage, but, you know, just the fact that there's a move that can do this is pretty handy. And it only affects the opponent's Pokemon. It's not like a global attack. It doesn't attack everyone on the field like Surf. So there's Steel Beam. It's a new move for Duraludon. Its details haven't been shown. However, what I've been hearing, and I haven't really confirmed it because it's going to take a lot of like research on the Japanese sites and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm pretty sure some of the other fan sites have said that it's there was a contest, a create your own move contest in Japan. And I believe this is the new move. I think it's going to be like, what, 140 power, 90 accurate. I don't remember if it's like a Hyper Beam or like a Draco Meteor, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but I didn't really want to confirm that until I looked into it more. So the max moves, which you get by using a Dynamax Pokemon, and then their moves transform into moves of, well, like for water type moves, it'll be Max Geyser, and then for fighting type moves, Max Knuckle, at least for damaging ones. I don't know how it works for non-damaging, but anyway, for Max Geyser, that's pretty cool because it does damage and it also activates the rain, so that's pretty handy. Very good for powering up your water type moves. It'd be cool if that activated before the move activated, but I have a feeling like that won't be the case. That is still really handy though, because it means you're going to get a 50% buff for future attacks that you do, because you'll be in your Dynamax form for at least 3 turns. Well, for 3 turns. Well, maybe there's a way to extend it, who knows. Max Knuckle is a fighting type max move, and it raises the attack of all of your Pokemon on the field. So we can see this, well, this looks like a 1v1, but yeah, after using the attack, or at least I think it's after, you get that buff. Oh yeah, there's the rain. Yeah, look at that. Dynamax Machamp's Max Knuckle. Look at that, dude, that Machamp is huge. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's gonna be really cool. Like, I like that it buffs your party. I could see that being really interesting in competitive. Like, just all these different options, especially doubles. Like, I feel like that's the format I'm more into watching. Like, I don't really play, but maybe I'll get into it. I don't know. There's a lot that it looks like it'll be a little more friendly to pick up. I'll talk about that in a moment. But some new items that are rather interesting here. There's the eject pack. This thing's cool. So it's sort of like the eject button, except it activates whenever the holder's stats are lowered. So if you get hit by Intimidate or something like that, I don't know what this Tyranitar just did, but it did something, and Duraludon is switched out by the eject pack. So that's pretty cool. It's a good way to get out of there. Now, I think, in looking at the wording, it says when the holder's stats are lowered, it will be switched out. So I think that would even work if you lower your own stats. So that actually could be really interesting with things like, oh, actually, maybe that's what's going on here. Maybe Duraludon used the Metal Beam and is switching out. And then we have room service. Ah, yes, room service, the second best kind of service. So this lowers the Pokemon speed when Trick Room takes effect. So that's actually really nice for Trick Room teams because it will then give the Pokemon a free speed debuff, except how that works is it will, kind of raise your speed, or raise your turn order, make it so you strike first. Because, Trick Room, it's just really cool. It's a good way to give some Pokemon more Trick Room capabilities. So that's neat. These are cool new items. I like them. Battle Stadium. So here we go. How is the online play going to work? And that actually reminds me, I need to update this. There's 2 things I need to update. So first of all, there's like a max band or Dynamax band or something you get. I forgot to add that to the post here, but you get that to activate Dynamax. So kind of like a Z-Ring or a Z. Yeah, it was a Z-Ring. Z. Yeah. No, I don't remember. But anyway, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. But yeah, so it's kind of like that, except the nice thing is Dynamaxing does not require any held items. So you can just use it. So it's not like Z crystals, it's not like Mega Stones. You just use it, and it's like 1 per battle still, but it's still pretty cool. So the Battle Stadium. So, rental teams! Yay, they're back! Oh man, I think that's gonna be really cool. Like, look at this interface too. You can just see everything at a glance, just like that. That's super awesome. And this is basically how you will be fighting online. So hopefully the online works well. The other thing I needed to add, it does require the Nintendo Online service. So yeah, you can't just do this for free, but that's just the time we live in, unfortunately. However, if you have like, well, I don't know. I feel like they've had deals where you can get it either at a reduced cost or like I got a year free from Amazon Prime. So that's pretty cool, actually. So yeah, I mean, you'll need to have that, but that's just how it is. Figure I better let you know. But yeah, anyway, the Battle Stadium, that's where you can battle and stuff, but there's ranked battles. So I know a lot of people in competitive will like that because, you know, now you have your beginner tier where you'll be matched against people in your same rank, or maybe same tier, I don't know how it works. The Pokeball tier, the Great Ball tier, Ultra Ball tier, and then the Max for the Master Ball tier. That's really cool. So for, you know, competitive battlers who want to kind of raise their rank up, it'll work kind of similarly, I'd imagine, to like Pokemon Showdown. Probably a little different, but, you know, that same basic raising up your rank and fighting people with a similar rank. That's cool. They've done that before, I think, even in like the Gen 7 games. But it's just nice to kind of see it a little bit more simplified. So yeah, it can be either single or double, so that's good. And mythical and certain legendary cannot be used in these, so that's also nice. Now there's casual battles. Pretty self-explanatory. But this is a really cool thing, the online competitions. Now, we've had that before. It'll be for stuff like the international challenges and stuff like that. But look at this. You can host your own competition. That's really cool. So you can choose who gets to enter. So presumably you can choose like friends and stuff. You can choose how many battles each participant gets to fight in. You can choose the rules, the time frame. That is awesome. I didn't play much of Mario Kart 8. Like I didn't do any of their tournaments, but I hear that's a thing that was really well received. Just being able to kind of like host cups and have people join them and play and battle and stuff. Like that's awesome. So you can kind of make your own tournament or competition and it'll figure it out for you, which is pretty neat. Lastly, rental teams. As I kind of mentioned a little bit ago, they returned, but one cool thing, well, kind of cool. I know some people won't like it, but I think it's neat. Rental teams can be used in ranked battles. Wait, what? You're gonna gain ranking for Pokemon that aren't even yours? Isn't that cheating? No, not at all. Like, Pokemon is very much like a game of chess, you know? Except you bring your own pieces to the board. So I think by having high-level play, having the ability to use rental teams, it gives team creators good incentive to make teams because then maybe people will want to try them out. Maybe they'll be like popular teams. You'll get credit for it. Maybe you'll get points or something. I really don't know. But I could see that being really cool. And on top of that, just being able to pick up a team and try it out in a ranked battle is really cool. So often when you get to high-level play, the teams are so similar anyway. You're not really concerned about this or that. It's really kind of just, you know the team, you know the matchup. That's just how it goes. Like, this takes away a lot of the monotony without just like outright cheating, which is just really nice. So if you just want to kind of play around, I think this is a great way to do it. Like, I might even do some battles just with some ranked teams or rental teams, just because it's like, oh, you know what? I don't have to worry about trading up. Maybe a friend will be like, hey, try this team out. And I'll just be like, oh, okay, sure. Why not? Like, one of the problems I've always had with battling is just, if you want to do it legit, like on an actual game, there's a bit of setup in it. You have to, you know, train up Pokemon. You have to breed them. You have to do things. And they've made it better with like unlimited TMs, hyper training, better breeding and stuff. But it's still, it takes time. So being able to do this, that's really cool. I like that. I think that's a great feature. I hope it really, I hope it takes off. And the fact that it can be used in ranked, I like it because I think that'll get people into battling. And then they can try build their own team and make modifications from there. So I don't know, I think that's pretty cool. There's a few more screenshots. Dynamax Como attacking. I think this is with Protect, how that interacts with Dynamax Pokemon. So I think the Dreadnought here, I don't think it was Dynamaxed. But then we have Dynamax versus Dynamax, Flygon using Protect, and it does protect itself from that Conkeldurr, so that's kind of cool. Here's a double battle. Like, look at the interface. I kind of like it. I'm not entirely sold on it just yet, but it is kind of neat. Yeah. And then here's another kind of screen of a single battle. Yeah. Pretty nifty. Yeah, we're going back to neutralizing gas. Yup. But yeah, anyway, that's basically the update. It's cool. Like, you know, nothing huge as far as new Pokemon or a lot of new features, but I think this battle stadium is actually I think it's a really well thought out thing. I honestly hope that this is a success because I think this could introduce a lot of people who've been tentative about battling. I think it could introduce them to it and be kind of a fun time. Well, anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments, because I'd love to hear, and I'm sure you guys would like to talk about it. Be sure to watch the trailer if you haven't already, and of course, check out the update itself. You can find a link down in the description, and you can, of course, check it out at Marriland.com, where, you know, I'm covering all this, and I'll be working on some tools soon, I think. I was like, you know what? I really want to get some of these together. We have the Team Builder back, which is just wonderful. I love this thing. It lets you find out your weaknesses, which is very handy, like, say, Venusaur. Type that in, and voila. I need to update it a little bit. Like, this is still a pretty old version, but I'm looking forward to it now that I have just a better handle on the site and just everything. It's really cool. But yeah, this is a great tool. I want to add things like the IV calculator, stat calculator, etc., because I think that'll be really handy for players. And of course, I want to have all this available for Sword and Shield as soon as it's out. Or it probably won't be like literally as soon, but, you know, shortly after release, just because I think that'll be great. But yeah, anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will make another one of these for the next update, whenever that may be. Oh yeah, see you next time, everyone.